What's up, Beaks? This is Michael from Technically Beekeeping. Hey, I'm here in rural Georgia. My friends asked me to build a Asian hornet trap for them. I've 3D printed it, put my own spin on it, and I'm going to try it out here at their homestead. Curious to see what we find. If any of you haven't heard of these, I'll link in my playlist a video that I've done on this. So here's the materials I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using beer, and then I'm also going to be using apple juice. I finally found a good use for a Bud Light. I'm going to be varying this. The resources on the internet haven't been super prescriptive as far as ingredients to use, but I'm going to try beer, 300 milliliters with 1 teaspoon of sugar. A lot of people in France were saying that that was a good mixture. Then also trying apple juice at 100 milliliters, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and then 300 milliliters just to try out different variations. And then as far as putting these on, that's a little hard to do one-handed, but I'm actually thinking of changing my design a little bit. Currently I have this to be able to stand up on a hive like so, or be able to sit on a flat surface, or be hung. And then my thought is I might just put these feet over here as well, and then put a roof structure over above. It's been so rainy in Georgia lately that I'm starting to think that I need to have this thing enclosed and then just make it as modular as I possibly can, as you see here. This is actually smelling pretty good. It may not actually make it all the way out to the trap. Here's my different variations on this. I'm going to put these out in 2 different locations in Georgia just to see if I catch anything. And just a quick note, I've also created these holes in here. These are very similar to a lot of 3D printed designs. It's made to be the size that a honeybee can get back out of, but a hornet cannot. So I've actually seen some people actually use queen excluder material, like actually sheets of queen excluder, in order to allow worker bees to get back out. It's an interesting way of doing it. I'm just 3D printing it. It's a little more efficient. But if you've got a lot of queen excluder sitting around at home doing nothing, might be an interesting way to do it. I'll link in the description below some information on my Asian hornet trap, and then also some 3D print designs that you can print up yourself. If you're not really into 3D printing, just let me know if you're in the Georgia area and you'd like me to help you try out some of these traps. I can send them to you. I'll put a survey in the show notes. I also want to be clear on why I'm doing this. Obviously, there's already at least one product that I'm aware of, the Vespa Catch, that's out there on the market. I've actually been on the wait list for that for over 2 or 3 months now, and I finally got the notice that it is in stock. I actually ended up buying a few of them just to have them up in my apiary up in Chicago area, Kentucky. I'm building these mainly out of necessity. A lot of these people that have built them that are in Europe, it's kind of hard to pay the shipping fee. Just thought it'd be a quick and easy DIY way to help out my friends in Georgia. I tied it to a tree branch using the legs. All looks pretty stable, should be in good shape. So I'll leave it here and just see what the results are. What I've learned is that earlier in the year, the best way to bait them is to use sweeter substances like apple juice that I was showing you. Later in the year, the better way to do it is to put protein in there, something like fish. You obviously have to change that out fairly often, but I'll put into the description below some links to some information on how to bait these. Again, a lot of this information I'm just getting secondhand. We'll learn these over the next year, finding out what the best baits are, finding out what the best traps are. So my friends Kim and Dave, they had a really bad dead out over there last year. Since cleaned it up, and they've actually moved the hives to another location. But my thought is to put the attractant here. One of the things that's interesting is some people will say it's a good idea to put them in your apiary. Some people say it's a bad idea because you don't want to attract Asian hornets to your apiary. So we're going to see. This is the best of all situations since there was a dead out. No concern of them eating the bees that were here. They'll not be close to their current apiary. Figure I should probably keep it away from the chickens. So I'm going to put it over there by this tree. So here's the beer trap. It should be close enough to the homestead that they can come out, check it out, see if there's anything in there, and report back to me. Here's the 100 milliliter apple juice, and I put it close enough to the road such that they'd be able to see it, be able to monitor it a little easier than some of the other ones that I put out by where the apiary was. Also, something interesting about this is this is the first experiment I've ever done where I actually hope I don't catch anything. The reason I hope I don't catch anything is I hope that the Georgia government has actually already taken care of all this and I don't find a single hornet. You know, we'll see. After seeing what's happened in Western Europe and how difficult containment has been, not eradication, but containment, I really don't have a whole lot of trust that the government has figured this out. I would love to believe that they've gotten rid of all of the Asian hornets. That would be fantastic. It really would be. But the idea of allowing the bee hawk, which is what they call it, because it comes down and swoops bees out of the air, honeybees particularly, in order to tear their wings off for protein. I don't want these in my apiary, right? And I also want to help out local beekeepers. Beekeeping is hard enough with the varroa mite and all of the diseases like foul brood that comes up. Definitely don't want another predator to come to the United States. Hey, thanks for going on this journey with me. Really appreciate it. Make sure that you check out my video above on the Asian hornet, and then also let me know what you thought of the hornet trap. I'd be really curious to know what you think and if anybody's interested in helping me prototype this thing.